Tom Hawkins. The hoops have always been in his blood.
Coming through as Hawkins. Oh, Hawkins takes a sensational night.
But from behind, jumping Jack Hawkins.
He arrived at the Cattery a young lad, fresh from the farm at Finley.
In the number 26 jumper, it's his first match, Tom Hawkins.
Ready to add to the family legacy at Geelong.
Welcome to the big time, Tom Hawkins.
And we were treated to glimpses of his raw talent from the very beginning.
The future of Geelong is on display tonight.
Before long entrenching himself in the Cats' forward line at the height of their golden run.
The Cats' vindication has arrived.
And it was in the 2011 Grand Final that Tom Hawkins truly announced himself.
He's playing out of his skin, Tom Hawkins.
Down at the main break, he stood up with 3 goals in the decisive premiership quarter.
Hawkins again? Oh, this is amazing. Who is this man? Where has he come from?
Rest, as they say, is history. Then get this. Following those grand final heroics, Hawkins would go on to be Geelong's leading goal kicker for the next 11 straight seasons.
Hawkins! Sucks out the back. Can he get onto the ball? No, just boots it for his life. For his life, Tommy Hawkins. And he's kicked the goal of his life.
Now, 800 career goals is within striking distance.
7 goals to Hawkins.
Off the back of a strong dose of footy IQ.
What a class act is Tom Hawkins.
And brute force.
Hawkins uses his body well.
And he finds himself just 7 games away from overtaking his great mate, Joel Selwood, for most games ever at the Cats. Just let that sink in. Not bad for a boy from Finley.
I think he's been one of the great players in his position of a generation.
He is putting a mark on this game.
I'm not looking forward to the day that he says he's had enough.
Fittingly, game 350 is against these Hawks, Geelong's oldest and fiercest rival.
This for the game then. Kickers on the way. Siren's gone. They've done it again.
None in the game have had a bigger impact in recent years than Tom Hawkins.
Easter Monday footy, right here on Fox Footy.
It gives that blockbuster a special edge. Tom Hawkins in game 350 as the Hawks and the Cats meet on Easter Monday. On Players' Nights, it's our great pleasure to have him with us. And then the other big event is the Good Friday Super Clash, where North Melbourne and Carlton will meet. So here at the desk is the Carlton captain, Patrick Cripps, with us on Players' Nights. Patrick, welcome back.
G'day, Robbo. How are we?
And down on the farm is Tom Hawkins. Tom, congratulations and welcome back to 360.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Is there a magnitude that you can instantly understand as you reach this milestone?
Look, not really. I've had a couple of days to soak in what has the achievement meant for me. Sorry, I should say. But it's quite remarkable. I can't really sort of put into words sort of how much it means to me and my partner and kids and family. It's. I never thought I would get to this moment in my career all those years ago when I first walked into the locker room at Cardinia Park, and it's going to be special to be able to share it with my wife now and kids, which is something that I'll hold close to me, but also my friends, family, and whole football club. I can't wait.
Congratulations, Tom. We were talking with Jared before you come on. I wondered if you were the biggest and heaviest of the guys to play 350 games, because I suspected that most of the guys, and how many is it?
24. Tom is 24.
And most of them are wiry. And there was a couple of guys...
There's Franklin, Goods and Pavlich in this genre.
Why do you think, with your size, and I'm not saying you're fat, I'm saying that you're big and muscly, but a man of your size, what do you put it down to that you were able to play 350 games?
It's okay, Rob. I've been called fat before, so I'm not too sensitive about that. But I think, look, I'm blessed with great genetics. I've certainly got to thank my mum and dad for that. I used to be able to jump like my dad, or not like my dad, from genetics from my dad, and I'm sort of strong like my grandfather on my mum's side. But there's a lot of things that have allowed me to play this long. I think being in an organisation that's successful and gives me the opportunity to play well every week and to play in finals is certainly one. I've learned a lot about myself since I walked in those doors 18 years ago, and been given a lot of advice and had a lot of people in my corner. So there's a multitude of things that's allowed me to get here. But they're probably just a few that I think off the top of my head.
What do you think, Pat, as we get to these milestones, Travis Boak and now Tom Hawkins in consecutive weeks in what has historically been so rare, how much do you value longevity from peers and elders?
Yeah, it's just something you look up to as players. Sort of, they're probably 8 to 10 years older than myself, but I think the more you see players reach that, one, it's actually playing 350 games. Two, it's the high level they play at. And I think as you get older, you appreciate, how much time and effort goes in to be able to, sustain high level performance for a long time. And that's probably, I don't know how many years you played Hawk, but that's probably 18, 19, 20 years of footy, which a lot of discipline, a lot of sacrifice, but also a lot of good times along the way as well, I'm sure.
Could you possibly imagine playing 300? You're a bash and crash player. I mean, your body's not made of steel. You've got to pick up some sore spots along the way. Do you give any thought to your longevity in the game? Yeah,
well, yeah, I do. It's I'm about 185 now, so nearly halfway to where Hawk is. So, that's my 11th season now. So I'd have to play pretty consistent footy from now on, and probably a lot of finals. But I also think playing when you win and playing footy, it makes footy very enjoyable. And I'm sure the Geelong record's pretty good. So that definitely helps, I reckon, recovery and the fun you have around the club. And the more you can win, especially later on in your career, I reckon helps as well. So, Tom, about 10 years ago, and Chris referenced this today, is when you were having the back trouble and the position of full forward was evolving in a way that sort of demanded more mobility. Did you wonder about your longevity during that phase?
I think you do. You don't look too far ahead, or I certainly, from my experience, didn't look too far ahead. But that was a year that was a real challenge. I was able to play from week to week, but wasn't able to perform at a high level. And, to bore you with the point of time it was in my career, I just started to establish myself, started to be a bit more consistent, and then was hit with a back injury. So, couple that with the fact that the full forward position was evolving into less stay at home and more of a mobile forward that could play a multiple positions. So I learnt to adapt. I think it certainly wasn't a sink or swim moment, but it's something that I think I and players have had to do each year to get better, to improve. I think you're always trying to find ways in trying to improve your game to ultimately help the team, which has given me my longevity.
It's a great question, Jared. Barry Hall once said that on this show that he retired when he found out as a full forward he was leading back towards goal more than he was letting out from the goal. What did you do to ensure that when you were leading back towards goal, Tom, that you had the agility and the fitness to last 4 quarters of going up and down the ground?
Well, I think the other thing I will say on this is that I've never lost sight of my strengths as a player. So I'm by nowhere means quick. I'm not quick. I'm probably one of the least fit in terms of 2K and time trial stuff. I finish right out the back. So I've had to make sure there's certain parts of my game which I see as my strengths I continue to maintain. So just being, for me, I reckon the biggest one was trying to get to as many contests as I could within our system, but not overloading my workload. So I'm not a player that runs huge Ks each week. I probably go somewhere between 12 and 13, but it's about the quality of the decisions that you make that allows you to stay fresh and powerful for what I need to do.
And your work beyond 30 has been rare indeed. To be able to share these moments with your family and your kids down there today, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, that was awesome. I've always watched on fondly of other people that find themselves in situations like this. And I think it's really important to be able to share with them on these milestones, because ultimately, and you're going to find this out soon, Cripper, that you do need to be selfish sometimes as a father when you're playing elite sport. And my wife does an incredible job at allowing me to sleep when I may be tired, and to help improve my recovery and ultimately feel the best I possibly can. She's certainly taken the weight of organising on her shoulders this week, which has no doubt been pretty stressful. But, I've got a great support network here at home, which then allows me to be in a great headspace to then go into the football club every day, a place that I love, a place that I enjoy, go and do what I do, but then leave with a smile on my face and go back to, my most important role in life and my favourite role in life, and that's a father.
In other words, you're really lazy around the house, Tom.
Am I lazy? Oh, I could get Emma if you want, and we could ask her. No, look, I think I play my part, but I'm just saying at times you need to make decisions that allow yourself to be able to perform at the best.